Oh, yeah, yeah. You know it. Mm. So here's how the song would go. It's like the beginning of it there. Oh, yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got like. Ah, let there be light. Ooh. Hello. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I mean, let's just have this ticket. Okay. Just the beer and these, please.
You owe $15.
Ah, yes, sir.
This is $10.
Okay. And just the.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. People popping out quick, don't? Yeah. Yeah. Play a little bit of that. That's one of my favorite songs, the one that goes. People know that. All right. All right. So, play school is shut down, so we're all good. We can let night beer operations begin. Yeah. No, I won $15, and I played for the $325,000 Texas two-step tonight. And then, yeah. So let the operations begin, Don. Should we, like a, Now his song that he was playing was into the boom boom. That's how the melody was like, right? It was like. I mean, it sounded good. I mean, no doubt. I don't know what rapper who was singing it, but it sounded fucking good, huh? It's like boom 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 boom, and it was like, hey yo yo na 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 na. It was good. It was a good melody. Like it was a tight beat, you know. I don't usually ask, somebody I don't know, like, hey man, what are you listening to? I mean, not usually. So. So it was, having a brewski. I scrubbed the kitchen today. Got it ready for Tula. I scrubbed it, and then I mopped it too. And harkening back to my brief time as a janitor. And I was a janitor at an elementary school. And I think it was the same elementary school where this girl went that her classmates all shut up by a school shooter. I know I worked at Lim Elementary School, but maybe it was, oh no, I think I know what it was. Her they had somebody in the family that was all strung out on drugs, and he was pissed. He was pissed at her family, so he killed her parents and killed most of her family. Unfortunately, yeah, she went to Lim Elementary School, but I don't think she attended the school while I went there. This was after, but yeah, one of their relations got angry at the family for whatever reason, killed her parents and killed all her family and everything. It was really horrible. Yeah, so I was a janitor. How was the janitor life? Well, the good thing, it was 9 to 5. They had medical, dental, and vision. Bad thing, kids get sick and they puke a lot. So that's the thing. There's a lot of, but thankfully, when the kids puked, they had this stuff that you get on it. It's like this chemical thing, and it socks up the puke. And thank God for that, because that saved my butt. It turns the puke into a solid, so you can sweep it out real easy. And then I just mopped over it, and it was all good. I was like, oh, thank God, whoever invented that. Yeah, because otherwise, what? You'd have to deal with a whole bunch of puke, kids puking and shitting everywhere, and it'd be nasty. So thank the Lord for that. It was like almost like seasoning. You put it on the puke, and yeah, that wasn't my favorite call. You know, the teacher would say the child just puked in the hallway, and I was like, oh fuck, another one of these. Well, that's what happens if you become the custodian. You know what I'm saying? That's what janitor is, clean up other people's shit, right? I mean, come on. You saw it in the job description, dog. What did you expect? 6 figures? Shit. And that job really sucked. It was just kind of funny sometimes at the elementary school. Lim Elementary School, that's what it was called, yeah. And yeah, I guess I went out on a limb. Yeah, yeah. I didn't do my career planning that well, obviously. I just took a whole bunch of different jobs, you know, all random and shit everywhere, all across the country, and like, I didn't really plan out my career. It was a really bad idea though, because you know, for obvious reasons, why that's bad not to plan your career. It's fun to be a Rolling Stone until you get old. And you're like, oh shit. But that's neither here nor there. But all the different kinds of jobs are kind of interesting. The different crappy jobs, the different kind of, you know, fascinating. Drinking the Mickeys tonight. How to win $15 on the lottery? Sometimes when I play, it's not even a strategy really. Well, it is a strategy. It's like so they got a game. You know, it could be Cash 5, Powerball, could be Mega Millions, whatever. And so you just like pick a whole bunch of numbers randomly, you know, right? So sometimes you get lucky doing that. It's called the bullshit method, which is you just write some bullshit that you feel like. And so it was one day I was playing Mega Millions, and on the Friday night, and I did the bullshit method. I just said, fuck it. I didn't look at any past numbers or any kind of past winners or any kind of strategy or use photographic memory or anything like that. I just wrote down a bunch of bullshit. I just went da 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 da, all randomly. And so I wrote down the shit, and then I woke up the next day and I won $30, and I was like, holy crap. I just wrote down total shit, total bullshit. Yeah. Total BS. I know the Texas lottery is in hot shit because a group in Texas, they that owned a whole bunch of convenience stores all got together to buy all the different combinations to win the Texas lottery or something, and so they gamed the system, right? I'm not interested in gaming the system necessarily. You know, I believe in fair play. So, you know, I know those people went down that stole all that money through trying to dominate every combination. And so, fuck those people, because then they fuck up the game for all the rest, you know, that want to play honestly. So it's just, people that want to play fair and square and do quote unquote honest gambling, you know, like legit that you pay for. It's just a bummer to people that play fairly, that you have a racket in Texas that's trying to. I noticed that's what the Texas Congress is voting on, about some of these venues trying to dominate the games, and trying to rig it for their benefit. That just fucks up the whole. Because I figure if there's enough criminal activity, that might take away fun games for adults to play away, and then that would be punishing the players instead of punishing the criminals. So I'd rather have the criminals be punished and the players get to reap the benefits. So yeah. Now, it's different if you discovered a mathematical loophole, like that Bryan Cranston movie with his wife, like the older man who was a mathematician, and they figured out a loophole in the, whatever it was, Ohio lottery, and they bought all the tickets and they knew what sequences to use and everything like that. And they gamed the system using mathematics, but there was a loophole in the game. And so they made, I don't know, a few $1 million off that before they shut it down, before the lottery authorities figured out that somebody figured out that there was a weakness in the mathematics in the system. That's fine. That's like a beautiful story. An old retired couple or an older couple that paid their dues and they're trying to have a good retirement, figuring out that there was a weakness in that particular lottery. That was awesome. I haven't watched the whole movie myself with Bryan Cranston and whoever else is in it, but I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to. There's a lot of movies I'd like to see. So yeah, I'd like to actually watch that one. Yeah, I like to watch Rain Man. Not because it's really accurate. It doesn't really accurately portray savantism, I don't think. But it's a fun movie, right? But I don't watch Rain Man so I can go to Vegas and become a millionaire. That's not why I watch it. I watch it because it's an entertaining movie. It's funny when Dustin Hoffman is playing the savant brother, and then Tom Cruise is fucking some girl, and it's like and then Dustin Hoffman wakes up and he's like, "What is that? What is that? Those noises?" And then Tom Cruise comes out. "What? Is there something wrong? Oh, is your girlfriend all right?" That shit was hilarious back in the day, right? So. I don't think savants are necessarily portrayed accurately in Hollywood or fiction or in the public, in the public consciousness. So that's neither here nor there. You got to make Hollywood movies entertaining. So the people that are savants have to be supermen and women, and they can't just be regular people. They got to be super geniuses or something, or they can't just be like. They can't be idiot savants. They can't be like Inspector Gadget, like crappy detectives that just get lucky or something. They can't just be like super intelligent buffoons, right? It's always got to be the superhero bullshit. Inaccurate, bull crap. Not scientific, not clinical, not real. Just Hollywood garbage about savants and autistic people and retarded people, and it just turns out like shit most of the time, and not being. I guess what was the best movie about a disabled person? I guess it was Mr. Holland's Opus, about he has a deaf kid, but he's a musician. That was a really, I guess that was an incredible portrayal. But most of the movies about disabled people and people that struggle with certain gifts are inaccurate. I would say most of the time it's just a bunch of bullshit meant to entertain the masses and to get your money, but not accurate. And so it turns to night on the planet Earth in Houston, Texas, North Houston. All right. Springtime, March 6, 2025, 7 p.m. What is afoot? Yeah. The barber shop. Liquor. I wonder what they sell in the liquor place. They ain't fucking around with the names there. They are doing false advertising over there. I'm pretty sure you'll find food in the food store. I would assume. No, I like the Metalocalypse. The Metalocalypse cartoon, and they go in there and he's like, one of the characters says, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm going to the food library." But it's not the food library; it's called the grocery store. The food library. That did kill me. That was a pretty clever joke, right? Ooh. Hey, Mickey. We're having a brewski. Yeah. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Hey, Mickey. Yeah, that was a good one back in the day. They don't really call dudes Mickey anymore, huh? It's like Mickey could be like a dude or it could be like a chick. It's one of those weird names where you can name a guy Mickey or you can name a girl Mickey. So it just depends. It's one of those gender. That's one of those gender fluid names, huh? Androgynous names, really. Drinking a 40 down. That was an expensive 40. It was like $4.32, but yeah. The beer used to be there used to be a cool guy that worked at the store. And during the pandemic, he was a younger kid. He was into anime. Was he Samoan or he was Asian or something? And he's a really cool fucking dude. And that guy was always cool. But the beer was like before Biden inflation, it was just $3. So I was like, man, you could really, yeah, $3, and then it went up to like almost $4. And then this Mickey's just cost $4.32. So it's like, beer inflation, Biden inflation gets us all, huh? Yeah, I know. The left is trying to hit Trump. They're trying to say, "Hey, you said you're going to solve all the problems day one, like the first day in office." And I really think that was just, speech writing. That was just dramatic speech. Because let's be honest, the problems that the Democrats and the Biden-Harris administration created in their 4 years in power did so much almost irreparable damage to the economy and to the American power that it's not going to take it. It's going to take more than a day to fucking fix all of that. So a lot of people voting for Trump knew that he was just being hyperbolic. He meant that he was going to get busy fixing these gargantuan problems, but they weren't going to go away overnight. As Ronald Reagan used to say, these problems will not go away overnight. These problems will not go away in days or months or even years, but they will go away. And so he probably should have said something like that. So now they're going to play the soundbite every time that, oh, I'm going to do stuff in a day, like Rome was built in a day. And so the left and the MSDNC, they're going to keep playing that over and over and hope that, but a lot of people knew that he was just being grandiose, saying he was going to solve all the problems in a day, like building Rome in a day. But he's done more in a month than Biden ever did in fucking 4 years. So I give him kudos. I gave him great props for that. This guy was asleep most of the time. And you know what? His presidency was bizarre. Going off to the Amazon rainforest, Chinese spy balloons going across America, just all this wacky shit. Just wacky ass shit. The Joe Biden yelling at reporters, crazy old man mood swings, dementia, cognitive dysfunction, just all kinds of insanity. Shutting down the Keystone XL pipeline. I mean, just all this anti-American, like all this stuff was to, all the stuff the Biden-Harris administration did was to weaken America and to, sorry, there's like a mosquito on me, dog. On me, dog. We had a major bug coming in. Oh man. Well, there's not really like a courtyard in this place. I kind of wish there was like a park. It's not really like we have kind of a courtyard, but it's kind of like fuck. You know what I'll do? If I become a millionaire, I'll redo like a courtyard with some extra trees and like some benches where people can like sit and just relax and stuff, like a Gorian. And then I'll redo. If I ever become a millionaire, I'll redo the tennis courts and the basketball courts, and I'll hook that up if I'm a millionaire, because they haven't done shit for like years. They just let the old 1980s basketball court and shit rot. It looks like shit, and it's been closed for years, so you can't even use it, even though it ain't worth the shit. So it just sucked. So, anyways, but yeah, I mean, Trump, man, awesome. You know what I mean? Just fucking awesome. So he keeps threatening Hamas and saying, you better release the hostages or there's going to be hell to pay. So what does that mean? It means that if you don't release the Israeli and the American hostages, that it's not going to be like Jimmy Carter fucking around. It's not going to be like Joe Biden, willy-dilly, hilly. It's not going to be bullshit. It means he's going to kill people if they don't do what he says. And he's serious because he's the commander-in-chief of the most amazing armed forces that the world has ever known and ever has known, the United States military. Trying to interrupt my vibe. I don't like that. Somebody tried to call me and interrupt my vibe. So what does that mean? Hamas, there's going to be hell to pay. What does that mean? It means that if you don't release the hostages, then we're going to start dropping bombs, dog. That's what it means. So tell me I'm chilling with the brewski. That's funny, huh? I'm chilling with the brewski. Yeah. My video, dog. So no, if somebody calls, I answer it. It messes up the audio to the video, homie. We can't be having that. No, we need to have perfect communicate. The, we need to have communications across the nations and stop the inflation and masturbation. Hell yeah. Well, maybe not stop the masturbation, but we need to keep that going though. Okay. Having some little broskies. Uh, some brewskis. Yeah. So, no, one bug was trying to get in my face. You know, that bug was like, bzzz. I don't even know what that was. I don't even know. I don't even care what it was as long as it didn't kill me, right? It was like, bzzz. And then I was like, get out of here. And then it was like, bzzz. And then it attacked me again. And then I was like, fuck. And then it attacked me again. That's a very persistent bug. I guess that's why they call it somebody is bugging you, huh? It's bugging. Yeah. That's where that expression comes from. You got bugged, huh? Oh. Is that like the dry cleaners or is that like pollution? Now everybody get a good whiff of pollution here. Oh, no, it's not really. Breathe in some pollution, baby. It's 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven, back door on my 7-Eleven, 7 to heaven, back door on my little Joe. And that's Ice Cube, rapper. Ice Cube. They have iced tea, Ice Cube, Vanilla Ice. All the rappers back in the day were called Ice. They're like, oh, you know what? They never had a rapper called Ice G. They should have a rapper called Ice G though. Yeah, maybe they could still have a rapper called Ice G. Maybe it's not too. Is it too late to have ice rappers? I don't think it's too late. You can still have an Ice G. It's never too late until you're 6 feet plundered. My beer was running out of beer. Yeah. They did have a reality show. It was called Rednecks in England, right? And I love that. I didn't watch the whole series, but it was funny. Like the English butler came to the rednecks from like Alabama, and he's like, "I believe that the beer supplies have been depleted, sir." And then the guy from Alabama, he's like, "Well, refill them then. Refill the beer then." "Sir, I believe that the beer supplies have been depleted." Yeah. Yeah. "The beer supplies have been depleted, sir." Oh, shit. Well, refill it then. What's your best Alabama accent? My best Alabama? The best Alabama I got is like, "Arrgh." Is that what it sounds like? My best Alabama accent? Just kidding. All right, my best Alabama. What's it? It's like some real shit, huh? Backing out, Sweet Home Alabama, baby. Yeah, that's some real shit. Yeah, I mean, if you're from Texas, you met a lot of people from Alabama. I mean, obviously, my uncle was from Alabama. He's a really good guy. My boss was from Alabama. No, you had like, how many bosses you had from Alabama? I don't know, man. A lot of Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Sweet Home Alabama. solved the energy crisis through belching. Didn't they have a video that you could fart to the moon or something? Yeah. Okay. Was that PBS Space Time? You could fart to the moon? You can use like ass fuel? I was actually thinking about like, what if you could fart in outer space and like fuel your spaceship through fart? Ass gas, yeah. Just hook me up with enough burritos and I'll take us to Mars. That's the guarantee. So Elon and Donald Trump said we want to be a multi-planetary species and put the first men on Mars. Yeah, is that like a new space race? With the Chinese Communist Empire? Well, the planet's already red, you know? So it's perfect for communism since they have a red flag and everything. Is there a problem with going to Mars? Oh yeah, the planet's dead. Yeah. It's fucking cold. There's no magnetic field to prevent from solar radiation, so you'll get cancer if you don't have any protection. All right. What else? There's violent solar storms of dust, rusty dust. The atmosphere is carbon dioxide. Yeah. Oh, people moving in? Yeah. Got some new arrivals down. Are those going to be our next door neighbors? I don't want to greet my new neighbors with a 40 in my hand, you know what I mean? Like, hey, welcome to Alcoholic Anonymous or some shit. Welcome to Drunktopia. All right. So, I know, could you grow some shit on Mars? I figured the best way to terraform Mars would be to convert the carbon dioxide to oxygen. So you'd have to find a way to get some vegetation going and do an air filtration system, which sends out the plants, take the carbon dioxide from Mars and eventually converts the atmosphere to oxygen. So once you have oxygen on Mars, then one of your first problems is solved. But this would have to be on an industrial scale. Spare no expense. Yeah, so you need plants could be a natural converter, but you'd have to find a way to get the plants to safely get the carbon dioxide and then find a way for them to filtrate out oxygen to the planet Mars. Then eventually the atmosphere would become, over time, maybe they could use algae or something that's more, primordial, like perhaps they could use a more ancient terraforming method with mosses and algae that still need carbon dioxide but still reciprocate in exchange oxygen. So it's an intriguing idea. Yeah, I watched The Martian. Bullshit, but you know, it's Hollywood. But when Matt Damon lost his crops, I was like, no. Of course, I was sad. I felt for him. Hey, ooh, I brought my coat because it got really cold again. Even though winter is supposedly over. Supposedly. There you go. I thought Poxitani Phil didn't see a shadow, so I thought it was over. Anyways, there's still one last lingering cold front snap, and it's fucking nippy as fuck. But I don't want the full grunt of the Texas heat to occur, or any kind of drought or anything like that. Nothing in the upper hundreds. But I don't want this chill is I'm fucking sick of that shit. Kind of on the slow end of the Mickey, you know what I mean? Yeah. Slow end of the Mickey. Yeah, so they had a story about a girl was killed and her family with a wrong way driver on a Houston freeway. So they put the memorial there, and then they put a sign, "Don't drink and drive," on the memorial. Yeah. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. How does that ever work out? Not that good. Yeah. I guess it's a nice sentiment. Yeah. Don't drink and drive. Don't party. Whatever. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I guess it makes society feel better. I don't drink and drive because I don't have a car. So I'm not trying to save the planet by cutting CO2 emissions or stop global warming or climate change or whatever they call it now. Yeah, I just like walking a lot, you know? Yeah, I always like walking a lot. It's always like my favorite thing. It's one of my favorite things besides beer. I'll tell you that. If only the world would be, you just had to walk to your next beer. I'd be like, man, or like a pub crawl. If life was a pub crawl, dude, I'd be like the king. Shit, you know what I mean? I've never really been on a pub. Have I ever been on a pub crawl? Like Shaun of the Dead or anything? I don't think I've ever been on like a pub crawl because I've never been to like Scotland or Ireland or England. I think that's a place you can go to a proper pub, you know? Yeah, I know these places say it's English pub, Irish pub, but it's bullshit. But we're in Texas. It's not the real thing, you know, right? So I mean, even if it's operated or owned by an Irish person or a British person, it's still not the same fucking thing. So, yeah, Shaun of the Dead was really good, huh? The Winchester Bar. That was a great zombie comedy before. It was way before Zombieland. Yeah, I really like Zombieland a lot, actually. And yeah, I saw Zombieland 2, Nut Up or whatever that shit was called. Was it called Nutted Up? Super Nuts or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. Bigger, longer, and unnutted. It was called Zombieland 2, Nut Up, Shut Up. Big Nuts or whatever the fuck. I don't fucking remember. Oh, no, it's called Zombieland 2. It's called Double Tap. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah. They didn't make Zombieland 3. They didn't make Zombieland 3 Mega Nuts or something. I hope to God. Pray to God. Oh no, French people, we have some traffic problems. Ugh. Oh, is that a good song? Yeah. Oh. That's a good one that he's playing right there. Well, he's trying to race somebody in his fucking Suburban? What the fuck? Suburban Racers. Suburban Racing. It becomes like a new thing, like reality show. Suburban Racers. What was the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen? You know, my aunt, living out in Austin in the hill country, it was so trendy, like back in 2005 or something, to buy a Hummer. And they bought this like all-terrain Hummer. And it fucking was like so fucking awesome. I mean, you know, as long as you're not paying for the gas. But like driving in the Texas hill country in the Hummer, it was like my uncle was in the front, and then my aunt was in the other seat, and then it was like me and my mother, and then like my cousin, my younger cousin, were like in the back. It was like a 6-seater. This motherfucker, my cousin Travis, he was trying to torture me all the time. He tried to torture me with Mila Jovovich, fucking Resident Evil zombie movies all the time, dude. And I was like, every time I had to ride in the Hummer, dude, the dude was playing Resident Evil. Because they had like TVs in every single seat in the Hummer. I was like, dude. I mean, I like hot Romanian chicks like Mila Jovovich, or Ukrainian chicks or wherever she's from. I like hot chicks from Europe and Eastern Europe, but this shit, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, Resident Evil movies, dude was playing that shit constantly, dude. It was like, dude was playing zombie movies 24/7. Fucking torture me with that shit. No, actually, that's not my cousin Travis's biggest torture. I kind of like Mila. I mean, obviously, Mila Jovovich is a hot Ukrainian chick or wherever she's from. But obviously, if you watch a Resident Evil movie and Mila Jovovich is in it, you know, it's like, I mean, if you're a guy, at least she looks hot, right? So, I mean, at least the movie might suck ass, but she's hot, so you don't even care even that much, right? As long as it's not like constantly being tortured by that bullshit. Because there's like 9 or 10 Resident Evil movies or something. Fucking torturing me with that. No. My cousin Travis would torture me with this Dana Carvey movie called called fucking Master of Disguise, and it's like one of the most awful fucking movies of all time. And he would watch it over and over again, dude. And then he would also torture me with this fucking shit. It's bullshit. And then he would torture me with this David Spade movie about a redneck janitor who has to find himself or some shit. It was called Joe Dirt, and he would play that over and over fucking again, dude. And so I'm less pissed about Resident Evil, but I'm kind of more pissed about that he would play Joe Dirt. And especially Master of Disguise. That movie sucked donkey ass. Like, that guy was torturing me with that shit, like, over and over. It's like, fuck. Bitch was torturing me all the time with that bullshit. Family. You can't kill them. Otherwise, you'll go to jail. No, wait. That's not the... No, the quote is family. You can't... No, wait. Women. You can't live without them. And you definitely can live with them. No, that's not the quote. Quote is, people. You can't kill them or you'll go to prison. I think that was closer to it.